后来，有几个犹太人从安提阿和以哥念来，他们赢了众人，用石头打了保罗，以为他死了，就把他拖出城。使徒行传14:19。神有很多方法可以阻止我们犯罪，一个是为我们提供提醒，这样我们就永远不会轻视对他的悖逆。在他归信之前，保罗认为他在神面前是义的。事实上，保罗对神是如此的迷失方向，以至于他逮捕并处决了基督徒，以取悦他。保罗对神的旨意如此盲目，以至于当他看到司提反因信仰而被残忍杀害时，保罗的心变得刚硬，他更加决心要囚禁其他基督徒。重要的是，新约中提到了2次实行司提反和保罗。神允许保罗像司提反一样被石头砸死，这难道是巧合吗？上帝当然原谅了保罗参与司提反之死，但上帝也提醒他，他的傲慢导致了他做了什么。如果骄傲一次能使保罗对神视而不见，那么骄傲可以再次蒙蔽。也许保罗的肉刺就是这次实行的直接结果。他可能对保罗和其他人起到了明显的提醒作用，提醒他罪的可怕后果。上帝是绝对公正的，他爱人，他宽恕，但他不会在他的公义上妥协。上帝对待我们是独一无二的，他利用我们的经验来教导我们关于他自己的事。神会赦免我们的罪，但他可能会清楚地提醒我们罪的丑陋。让我们感谢上帝，因为他足够爱我们，提醒我们罪在我们生活中的破坏性后果。
Painful reminders. Then some Jews came from Antioch and Iconium, and when they had won over the crowds and stoned Paul, they dragged him out of the city, thinking he was dead. Acts 14 verse 19. God has many ways to deter us from sin. One is to provide reminders for us so that we never take disobedience to him lightly. Before his conversion, Paul assumed that he was righteous before God. In reality, Paul was so disoriented to God that he arrested and executed Christians in order to please him. Paul was so blinded to God's will that when he watched Stephen being brutally murdered for his faith, Paul's heart was hardened, and he became even more determined to imprison other Christians. It is significant that there are 2 occurrences of stoning mentioned in the New Testament: Stephen's and Paul's. Was it coincidence that God allowed Paul to be stoned in the same manner as Stephen had been? God had certainly forgiven Paul for his involvement in Stephen's death, but God also left him with a reminder of what his arrogance had led him to do. If pride could blind Paul to God once, pride could do it again. Perhaps Paul's thorn in the flesh was a direct result of this stoning. It may have served as a visible reminder to Paul and to others of the terrible consequences of sin. God is absolutely just. He loves and he forgives, but he does not compromise his righteousness. God deals with us uniquely. He draws upon our experiences to teach us about himself. God will forgive us of our sin, but he may provide stark reminders of the ugliness of sin. Let us thank God that he loves us enough to remind us of the destructive consequences of sin in our lives.